Welcome to the Cryptoteacher. And guys, I come back with that video just to make you think. And guys, the robots, algorithms, and drones are right around the corner. We see it in Walmart, Kroger, Amazon, warehouses ran by robots, and robots delivering the items. We have Uber. We have all these self-driving cars. And the Fed knows by raising rates, these corporations are going to lay off. But the NWO runs off problem, reaction, solution. They already have the solution, and then the robots now have their own money, cryptocurrency. And that's the reason why they came out and said Bitcoin is a commodity early on, because Bitcoin was set up for the fourth industrial revolution. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows. When it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
Tonight, autonomous vehicle company Cruise gaining approval to offer robo-taxi service to paying riders in San Francisco. Phil LeBeau has more on what this means for autonomous ride sharing. Phil?
What it means is that we're going to start to see more of these vehicles out on the road. Now, initially, it's just going to be one part of San Francisco. Cruise getting the authorization from the final regulatory agency in California saying, yes, you can offer paid rides to the public in vehicles that do not have drivers. So that means it'll start in northwest San Francisco, then gradually expand, offering rides between 10 at night and 6 in the morning when there's less traffic on the road. The price of each ride, that remains to be seen, but the COO of Cruise says they will be competitive with Uber and Lyft and may ultimately have a cost advantage.
We think there'll be a substantial cost advantage as we progress, in particular enabled by our purpose-built vehicle, the Origin.
That vehicle, the Origin, is being built by General Motors. They showed it to us last year. It basically is a multi-person vehicle. It does not have a steering wheel, so you will be able to have 3, 4, 5 people sitting inside of this vehicle as it takes you around San Francisco. And the idea is to commercialize rides in this vehicle starting next year. If you take a look at shares of General Motors, this is a major feather in the cap for GM because CEO Mary Barra said long ago they see immense potential for Cruise to not just be the beginning of developing autonomous vehicle rides, Deirdre, but to be a profit driver in the future, especially when you bring the cost advantage into play when you strip out the driver. So we'll see what happens and what the acceptance is from the public when these paid rides start to be offered within the next couple of weeks.
Kroger is bringing to San Antonio after leaving the market nearly 30 years ago. Kroger is launching grocery delivery here, employing 160 people and a lot of robots.
Is this the future of grocery shopping where robots pick up our Cheerios and we never even need to go to the store?
Yes, it is part of the future of grocery shopping on all.
Besides the bill that Senators Lummis and Gillibrand are introducing, there are other proposals. So, for example, the House Agriculture Committee has put out a proposal, the Digital Commodity Exchange Act. That one's been in the works for a couple of years now. That also has an approach on a more comprehensive and more clear regulatory framework around this. So I really look forward to learning more about these proposals and seeing how the CFTC can do its part. So I will say that the CFTC first said that Bitcoin is a commodity back in, I think, 2015. It's great that Chairman Gensler agrees with us. The CFTC has, over the years, identified specific cryptocurrencies that are commodities. So there's Bitcoin, there's Ether, there's also Litecoin. We've identified that in one of our enforcement actions as a commodity. I think what's important to realize about the CFTC's jurisdiction is, of course, the SEC regulates securities. But for everything that is not a security, it's probably likely that the CFTC has some regulatory touch point over it. Obviously we have the regulation over derivatives based on commodities, but we also have certain areas where, besides the anti-fraud and anti-manipulation enforcement authority over spot markets, we have areas where we directly regulate spot markets. So, for example, if you have retail foreign exchange transactions, we have a regime around that. Where you have leveraged retail transactions in commodities, we have a regulatory framework around that as well. That's something that Congress has given us over the years. So I think those are good places to start, again, with trying to identify solutions today that we can start to make progress on without necessarily needing to wait.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort. And China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Drama Team save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Drama Team save New York from COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Drama Team goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.